Hi guys, so I have just washed my hair and I'm actually having a really awesome wash day. But I have been meaning to give my layers a little bit of a trim for a little while, and I just wanted to film a little bit of it for you, not the entire thing. My top layers grow quite a lot faster than my underneath hair, so like my shape grows out quicker than anything else, and I just want to slightly reshape some of the sides. So first of all, you can see there are certain areas where the shape is a little bit off. This bit is the bit that's been driving me mad. And see this clump here, this has been the same for a while. You can see like the ends are very, very blonde. And I just want to snip a little bit more off the ends there to try and get this piece of hair, get the dead ends off, because you can see it's much curlier and healthier further up. So it tends to split into two, so I'm going to split it into the two, and literally what I do is see the bits I want to cut. You can see that more splayed end there. I'm just going to cut it. And then I'm going to take the other piece. Always do less than you think, because you can always go back and do more. I'm facing this way because I'm looking in my mirror here, just in case you're wondering. You're always better to take less and then go back and cut more than to take too much, because you can't stick it back on. So I just kind of eyeball it. I'm going to take just a little bit more of that one. And I always like to cut like up or down, and you need sharp scissors, preferably scissors you don't use for anything else. So these are just hairdressing shears from Amazon. They weren't expensive. They don't have to be fancy, they just need to be really sharp and not used for anything else. It's like my ends are really good. They're not, hey, look at this wonky one. They are not split or like showing excessive signs of damage, but it's just, you know, some of these ends have been highlighted so many times, and I just want to get some of those over highlighted ends off and add some more shape again. And I do find it does make a huge difference to the overall look and shape when just the ends are trimmed. So the other thing I want to do is improve the shape here. I need to take a little bit of bulk off here. So to do that, I'll just pick up an individual curl, lift it to see where you want it to, you know, where you want the layer to sit for. See, that's a more rounded shape. So that's kind of what I'm going for. Yep, you do have to have an element of bravery when you're cutting your own hair, because yeah, it can go wrong. But that's why you want to cut less than you think, and then go back in and cut again. Cut twice rather than cut too much. And it's just a case of cutting the curls to where you want them to sit. It's kind of like curly hair topiary, you know, when people trim plants and bushes and they just trim them to a certain shape. And that is what I like to do, and that is what a lot of curly hair cutting is about. So you see there, I don't know if it's really showing up, just a lot of kind of straggly ends. They're not split, but they're just quite straggly. Now, the section at the front of my hair, I actually have a lot of trouble with it, because it's sometimes doesn't know what direction the curls want to go in. It's sitting pretty well today, but I have had a lot of trouble with it recently, and I've been feeling like it is definitely needing some work. But you know, it's right at the front, so I do get a little bit more nervous to go taking too much off it. I'm just going to take a very little bit at a time and we'll see how it goes. See now, don't know if that's showing up on camera, I can already see a better, more rounded shape. The way that I normally do this is, the beauty of cutting your own hair, is that I tend to do it over a few days or even over a couple of washes. I don't know what's going on with this curl, but I'm not going to mess with it because it doesn't normally sit quite that weirdly. Maybe just trim it slightly. I normally do it over a few wash days rather than just keep like taking on one day when it's sitting a certain way. I want to wait and make sure that actually that's how it's going to sit the next time. So I do tend to wait, and also like I'll notice a bit that I've missed, so I'll go back and fix that like the next day or the next wash, and I find that that actually works really well for me. Did that bit already. And my the top layers of my hair have always curled better when they are shorter. They just prefer to be that bit shorter, and I like the look of shorter layers on me. I love the look of these is it the Rizo cuts, where they're like a really nice round shape. I do really like that. I'd love to go and get a Rizo cut. Okay, like I say, this bit's sitting weird, but it doesn't normally, so I'm not going to mess too much with it until I see how it's sitting tomorrow, or until I wet it and see what's happening. That curl is sitting really well today, and it's normally one of the straightest pieces, which is typical. Of course, the day I want to cut it, decides to behave. So I've cut that bit already, but I'm going back to take more off now. I'm seeing that I need to for the overall shape. And like I say, I'll come back to it. Okay, so this side. Okay, this is getting better. Just getting that more rounded shape gradually. So yeah, I do think that that shape is looking better. Give it a shake. This piece is getting progressively shorter. Sometimes just like a few millimeters can make the difference as well between how a piece of hair is sitting. Okay, so I think I want to turn around and let you see the back. So this is where I use a second mirror. I've got my big mirror here, I've got a full length mirror, and I turn around using the second mirror to see which pieces need to be lifted. And then I literally just pick up the piece, bring it to the front, shorter it is the harder it is, and take off the end like that. pick up my mirror and do the same again. Sometimes I cut up, sometimes I cut straight across, sometimes I cut down. It just all depends on where that chunk of hair is on my head. It's really coming along quite well. Can you see how white those ends are? Just keep checking the mirror, check for any sections that, you know, as your hair settles, there's like gaps or a funny shape or a step. Like you want it to be gradual, a nice gradual shape if you can. See, and then the further I go, the more I feel brave, and the more I come back and cut more of these front layers.